Let's go over to Billy. Billy, you're on Run Fez. Billy, go ahead.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, moving back to the Sandler thing, I'm in full agreement with you. I think his movies have sort of run their course, but I think there's something to be said for his more serious roles, like Punch Drunk Love I really liked, and Rain Over Me was really good.
I couldn't handle the Rain Over Me, but Punch Drunk Glove I thought was amazing.
That was good.
And that was another thing of his anger underneath it all.
Oh, Jesus.
He's another one of the nice guys who runs really deep anger.
I never saw that movie.
Paul Thomas Anderson directed, the same guy who did Magnolia and Boogie Nights.
Okay.
What else has he done?
There Will Be Blood.
There Will Be Blood. So he's a great director.
Sure.
And this very strange role where Sandler is this like antisocial person. I don't know whether it kind of falls apart at the end a little bit, but it's a great fucking movie. There's so many movies that you're like, I think I love this movie, then they need to wrap it up at the end and you kind of fall out of it a little bit.
Well, if we're going to talk about Adam Sandler, we should bring that to the discussion. He needed an editor. Funny People was way too long.
Yeah. Well, that was Apatow. That was Apatow's film, right?
Yeah. I guess you're right.
I mean, he's the one there was your editor.
Yeah.
And hold on.
And Apatow was in.
You loved the guy, right? Personally. I think he was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, what everybody wanted to edit it was Apatow's wife. You know? That's the part. So how do you fucking edit that when it's your own chick?
But you see these movies, and I think if that movie was shorter, it would have done
better. There was two things. Here's the thing about that movie. I think if they would have stayed with the original premise, let him die. Let the fucking guy die.
But that's Hollywood. They can't do that ever.
So
of course.
Once they're like, I'm getting better.
It's like, wrap up the movie with credits.
Shit? Why did you even set it up?
Right.
Why did you even set this up?
I don't understand why Hollywood can't just do it. They just can't go in that direction.
I was watching this film. I guess it came out a couple years ago called the Joneses. It was just called The Joneses, and it was about this family. They move in and they have all the greatest stuff, and they're all charismatic. And you find out that everybody starts to buy other products they do, and really it's a marketing scam that these people move in. Yeah, and I'm like, this is a fucking good movie. And then they flip it at the end. It has to be everyone, would be better off buying less stuff. Instead of just treating it like it is.
Just be scumbags.
It's a fucking rape scene. Craig, you're on the Run of Fez show.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man.
I was just, you're talking about all the old comics like Carlin and Cosby, and I just wanted to get your feelings on Robin Williams. Nobody ever talks about Robin Williams. I think he was a great comic.
Yeah, what is there to even talk about? I mean, he's been around your whole life, and he's like fucking, Santa Claus. Yeah. I mean, he's at one point, he will die. Everyone will finally get a breath and then be able to sit back and talk about him. But it's crazy to talk about him now. But, I mean, the day that guy came out, he's been a major star and still is. He's on Broadway now.
Right.
On Broadway now.
Yeah.
And we're looking well over 30 years. I mean, there's certain people, Steve Martin and Robin Williams at the top of the class, that you don't even realize how long they've been there. There's nothing even to discuss. The guy is, if he showed up at any comedy club in the world, they would say, you close the show.
Right.
No, there's no one who would say, I want to put this guy on after Robin Williams.
Yeah, exactly.
Fez used to dress like him when he was a kid. And
I had rainbow suspenders.
Oh, really?
Did you try to take on the voice inflection?
Oh, absolutely. That was the comedy album I had, Reality, What a Concept.
Which is the worst. You know what I mean? Like, it's the worst Robin Williams. Reality, what a concept. Right from the beginning. That was the shit. Well, do the inflections. Let me hear you do it.
Ron, Opie, how are you?
Not bad.
I
said not bad. Not bad.
What was the joke?
Yeah.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, a quick impression. Mickey Mouse. That sort of thing.
That's what just drew you in as a kid.
Oh, yeah, it was the spasticness of it.
Here's Ben. Ben in Rhode Island. You're on Run Fez.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
I'm a comic. I just want to get back to what you and Ope were talking about is it tougher to write clean? I think it definitely is. I mean, when I sit down and I'm like, all right, today I got to write some clean bits, you know, your observations and whatnot have to be so spot on. Whereas when I'm out with my buddies just hanging out, getting a drink or whatever, I'll jot down 2 or 3 things from conversations we're having that are just easy sex jokes, easy dick jokes. And I don't work clean, so it's definitely, I'm not saying if you work dirty, it's taking anything away from that. But, you know, I've done college gigs and I've done retirement homes in the same week. And when I'm doing shows at like retirement homes, you know, it seems like all day I'm going over my set list, making sure everything's squeaky clean, you know, punching up stuff like that. Billy Burr, I talked to him once and he said he started really, really clean. And it just wasn't him. And that's getting back to what Ronnie said. You just have to kind of be yourself up there. And once he started talking like he does in real life, you know, with his buddies, and that's how he portrayed himself on stage, that's when he started to really become a really good comic.
Yeah, I think Ronnie made a great point with that. Absolutely.
Yeah, and by the same token, that if the person isn't, you know what I mean? Like, if they're just, I'm going to be fucking dirty to be dirty. It's like in the way of Louis C.K. can say disgusting things, but when you really look at it, it's like so absurd that that's where he's fucking going with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, it's almost like, I wonder how generally odd I can get with this whole thing.
Right. Why not a dick joke for the retirement home?
They have dicks.
Oh, is he
He's
still
already gone.
Oh,
well,
okay.
here's what's funny, too. It's like you're in a retirement home now. You were, you know, there when the Beatles landed. You were there when Lenny Bruce was. So these people don't need the cushion like they did 10, 15 years ago with the 50s generation.
Of course not.
Dave, you're on Run a Fizz. Dave,
Opie, or just point out to Opie, it's kind of frustrating that you guys always point out to Brian Regan that he's clean on your show. I mean, he's genius, and honestly, I never even noticed he was clean until you guys pointed it out. I just thought he was funny as hell, and on par with like Louis C.K. and Bill Burr.
Well, the only reason we bring it up, he's really known for being a clean comic. Like he refuses to curse on stage.
Well,
like he goes way the other way to make sure he stays clean in his act.
What's really funny is, like, I tried to bust him on that when I did the Unmasked. And I remember when you weren't fucking clean. And he actually said, I used to drop the F-bomb 3 times. Once the first joke of the night, then one in the middle, and then one at the end so I could have it laugh to get off on.
Oh, there you go.
And I thought, like, I had no idea that he mathematically set this up. Like, I have to fucking make it here in this awful bar.
Yeah.
What am I going to do to try to develop my fucking stuff while keeping these people, you know, sane?
He's just one of those guys that is known for that. I mean, on our show, Anthony tries to get him to, you know, say something outrageous. It's become a bit on our show to, you know, see if we could get Brian Regan to curse or say something just completely outrageous that might get us fired.
Rock, you're on Run a Fizz.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see with Ronnie, I know Opie, obviously, what you thought of Otto and George. I've seen him at Governor's out on Long Island, and he had me laughing like Opie described with Regan, just dying laughing.
Well, I'll tell you this much. It was for you, though, right? Otto, when he's on, there's not many people better. Simple as that. He's just unbelievable.
But you never say anything nice about George.
Yeah, George is a...
Do you do without?
Yeah, I don't like the George.
You'd rather just Otto came in.
Yeah. He apologized. Otto is a strange bird, though.
Yeah.
Last appearance on our show was a little weird. I'm not going to say it was bad. It was just weird. And he left. And, you know, George took a couple shots at me. Not Otto. George. And I told Otto, fuck you and fuck your puppet. And then Otto wrote me to apologize for George, not apologize for himself. And it just got weird that day. I had no problems with Otto whatsoever. It got weird. And then he decided he needed to apologize to me because it was weird in there, but he didn't apologize to me. He was apologizing for George and said that George was in a bad mood. And for the people that don't know, George is the puppet.
Yeah. I've negotiated with a puppet before at my club, which another really sweet guy, his name is Pete Hefty. It was Pete Hefty and Justin, and Pete Hefty was the nicest guy in the world, and Justin wasn't. And one night, a fucking biker went up to the stage, took a fucking beer bottle and busted the puppet in the fucking head. Pete was fine. He just fucking slammed it. And you're like, dude, you just fucking knocked out a puppet.
Right.
You had the chance to break the kneecap of the guy who was really calling you a fucking name, you idiot.
Right. You went for the wrong guy. I don't know. What that act is strange because is it split personalities, Ronnie?
Yeah, I think it is.
You think that it's based on split personalities?
I think it is. I think that some people just, don't you think even a lot of people like actors who, have the characters that they can act with?
Yeah.
Like Dice. Do you think there's someone behind Dice, or is he just Dice?
Dice is like that 24 hours a day.
But he didn't start that way. You know what I mean? It's
you don't
like
think?
No, I think there was, he invented Dice, and then he became Dice.
Wow. See, I don't know. It's just I don't go, that far back with him. I know this. He's Dice 24 hours a day now.
Yeah.
So if he was something different, before
Whoever Andrew was in school, that person's gone.
Long gone. Yeah. Dice is exhausting to hang out with. Everything is a problem or an issue with him.
Right.
Everything. It is exhausting, but a lot of fun.
We got a break here, Hicks.
Yeah.
To catch up.
Yeah.
You gonna hang out with us today?
No.
Where are you going? Where are you off to?
I don't know, Ronnie.
Is everything okay at home? Is there something should I
worry
worry about? Should I worry about anything?
No. You know the deal. It's having a kid. It's exhausting. It's good to get out, get some air.
You glad you had a kid?
Oh, yeah. Always wanted to be a father.
You done now? You got the wine?
No.
That's it? No more?
No, I would like to have 3.
Why don't you adopt a Chinese kid? Like a little Chinese girl.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I would adopt.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Why not? No, I always wanted to have kids.
I wouldn't just even mind adopting one just for the studio and just having like a little kid here. Whatever shows here at the time, you got to feed them and change them and stuff.
Last one out, tuck them in.
Are you going to hang out or are you going to split? What are you going to do?
I might hang.
Okay.
What are we doing next?
Well, we'll leave it
Fez,
to
what are we doing next,
He's got the
Fez?
sick.
Donald Trump says he's going to announce at the season finale of the Celebrity Apprentice.
Really, Fez, what are we going to do? Seriously, we got Opie.
Wait, what is he doing?
He's going to announce whether he's running for president or not.
He's not running for president.
And even if he is running, it's a fake bet.
You know he has no shot, right?
Oh, absolutely. But doesn't that ruin the season finale of The Apprentice?
He's not running.
If it's, Meatloaf, you're hired.
Right.
I'm not running for president.
So maybe Meatloaf has to do the campaign.
It seems to be like last year. Like if he had not picked Bret Michaels, the whole season is just thrown away.
And is Bret Michaels still working for him?
Yeah, I don't know how that works out.
But the whole thing, and I remember Bret Michaels when he picked that girl, even though he was married with a kid.
There's no reality in reality TV.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
4 seasons of it and shit.
Because then we had her in because she was the big winner of the Bret Michaels dating show.
Good for her.
And like, when was the last time you saw him? I saw him at the finale. I'm like, but no, you guys are supposed to be dating now, right?
He sent me a check for a bonus check.
It wasn't win a date with Bret Michaels.
So Bret's not working for Donald Trump. I assume
no, not since he made that Snapple.
That was it. Then what did they win if you win a Celebrity Apprentice? Aren't you supposed to get a job with the Trump organization?
I think you win big money for your charity.
Oh, that's a cop-out.
It is. What would Robin Williams say about this, Fuzzy?
Donald Trump, what's that on your head? That skunk? All right, that turned into Jackie Mason.
That was pretty amazing, though.
Yeah, we'll work on it. You'll bring him back. What are you going to talk about with Donald Trump?
Well, I guess I just did.
Oh, geez. That was the coming up.
That would be the tease.
So what's the coming up now?
You got to give him a question mark in the Mysterians.
Yeah. Wow. 96
tears.
Yeah.
Which is what we're coming back with.
You don't have we need a tease, though.
Oh, okay. Daytime soap opera is getting canceled.
Ah, that's big news.
The end of the cliffhanger.
Yeah, it's the end of it all. You'll find out which ones.
Yes.
What?
We'll reveal.
Which ones are going away?
Yeah, the 2 latest victims. I think we're down to 1 on TV.
All right, right back, Ron Fez.
The virus. Ron and Fez. The Ron and Fez Show.
By himself?
Is what I just got the word that just stopped playing.
Zito, what happened?
When I fired the thing that Pepper and I set up there, and it just started skipping and not playing.
But after Fez started talking, stop trying to fire it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That doesn't make any sense.
I hit some buttons that turned off what I could hear in the room for a second to try and fix it.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
Don't hit those buttons.
Yeah, well, we're not going to sit here with just dead air until you get a rejoiner.
Okay.
Fez, you're feeling like you still can't trust. You can't jump in.
No.
With all the stuff you were trying to say.
I'm waiting for the rejoiner to fire again.
What, you need to talk over music?
He can't. He won't talk unless there's music coming in.
Really?
He won't have anything to fucking do with it.
Just
Fuck that shit.
You just
Too
need
cold.
a good vibe?
Yeah.
Something.
He does everything, every fucking point, every pause has to go with that music. I mean, he's hitting post inside a post.
Inside, that's impressive.
Yeah, he'll come back in during the jam, start talking again, fucking repost that fucker.
Repost that shit.
Yeah. And, like, if he catches me off, he'll just fucking scream, post up at me. And I'm like, okay, dude, back to fucking positions.
So we're officially not back until we get that
We're not
music.
back until Fez gets his fucking rejoiner music. You know, you get a little OCD-ish about this, Fez. A little OCD-ish.
That and everything else.
Can we get the music?
Come on, Mark.
No.
It's all restarting right now.
Oh,
What happened? The whole thing went down?
Yeah.
It crashed?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'll tell you this. Fucking carts never used to crash.
Nope.
An entire satellite will fucking shit the bed.
They don't know carts, huh?
The satellite came down. The satellite came down.
By a meteor.
Like in fucking Armageddon.
Space is collapsing.
Space is collapsing around us, ladies and gentlemen. Time and space no longer exist. You're on your own.
Do we really need satellites if we got Wi-Fi?
I don't even think we should bring that up, should we? But
okay.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I thought I was doing my show. I'm sorry. I forget I have to be on my best behavior here on the Ron and Fez show. So Trump's going to be president, Fezzy.
Is that where you're going with this, Fez? Trump?
No, we had talked about that before the break.
You got nothing else on it, though?
Oh, the only other thing is that he says he gets along really well with black people.
But
that was his latest
but,
statement.
you know, you're saying this. Opie's friends with his son, Trump Jr.
He came in and we hit it off.
You got to be careful with it. You all right over there, Hicks?
Yeah, I'm
you
okay.
fucking lunger?
Yeah, I smoke a lot. I have a bad cough last week.
You
Sounds
smoke?
like you saw it this week.
What?
Heavily, yeah.
It's good for you.
Yeah, Marlboro Reds.
They say it breaks up anything that you have in your lungs. It breaks it up, and you're able to get it out again.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
How old are you?
27.
Oh, Jesus, you look like shit. That's fun. I had no idea.
Living hard.
Yeah, you're about to get a gold watch.
Thanks.
27. Yeah, you feel like you could do anything. God, I remember those days. Do you wake up, Ronnie, some days and go in cold sweats going, holy shit, I can't believe I used to do the things I used to do?
No. I don't look back.
Ever?
No. Why can't you can't change it, right? There's nothing you could do.
No, but you
did awful things.
Yeah, but at the time you didn't realize you were doing awful things.
Oh yeah, I think I knew the difference between
you
right and wrong, and I chose wrong.
You were a lot harder than what I was doing.
Don't you think that you always know that you were doing the wrong thing when you did, though?
No, I thought it was youth.
No. So you just to you felt like you were always in the right.
Yeah.
Hicks, what about you? Did you feel like you were right or wrong?
When I got arrested, I felt I was fucking wronged.
See, that's the only time I felt right. Like, these fuckers are definitely wrong.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why are you fucking arresting me? I don't do anything that bad.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Will you ever do you try to yell out all the other crimes you didn't commit? You know, I didn't fucking kill anyone. You think I fucking raped anyone? No.
Come on. It's possession. What's the big deal?
Uh-oh. So we put you on the list for the serial killer?
Oh, no. Non-violent crimes,
right?
Soapy, yeah. That was years ago.
I do want to add Jim Gaffigan to the list. If that's
serial
okay.
killers?
The quiet type?
If that's okay.
Is he a Long Island guy?
No, but, you could take a train.
You don't want to give away who he was
with a
so
body
pissed off about.
Yeah.
What would Robin Williams say about that, Fizz?
Oh, there's more bodies here.
Oh boy.
It's really getting good now.
Yeah.
Seriously, it is.
It's not bad.
Good. There's more bodies here. What?
I didn't have an end for it.
What would Robin Williams' Popeye say about that?
Oh, I'm disgusted with your serial killers.
He's doing a lot of characters now. He's doing a lot of characters.
Man of the...
And what Olive Oil say? What would Olive Oil say?
Oh, Popeye! body.
He's got it all. Here comes
They're gonna
Brutus.
buy my skinny body.
Here comes Brutus.
Hey, runt, you'll be the next victim.
You gotta stop that, Fez. They're teasing you. I'm on your side, but they're teasing you.
Oh, okay.
They're teasing you.
I never know anymore.
Anymore.
Do we have the music? Now I feel like
I know. Where's the music at? Yeah, we're not back.
Music.
We're not back.
We're not back. This is just.
This
free.
is what happens when you don't get the proper rejoin.
This is just free entertainment for everybody.
Yeah.
We're not back on the clock yet.
Still down, is it, Hicks?
He's calling the.
Why won't he say it to us? Why does he feel like you're the only fucking person he can talk to?
A UN interpreter.
Episode engineer going there. All right.
Should we play something off YouTube maybe for Fezzy?
What are you looking for, Fez?
What song you want to come back to?
Yeah, what song, Fez?
Just something. It doesn't
We
matter.
mean something. Of course it matters.
It's just something.
We brought up Question Mark and the Mysterians, right?
Yeah.
You want that?
Okay, that's
What's the
good.
opening line of that song?
Why are you crying?
What?
Too many teardrops.
Too many teardrops.
Huh? What do I win?
Want some cigarettes?
All right, bring it back there, Fez. This is you.
Back with the Ron and Fez show, 866-RON-0-FEZ. That's 866-RON-0-FEZ. Opie from the Opie and Anthony show on the virus sitting in with us today.
What? Oh, soap operas, Fezzy. See, I didn't forget.
You guys would be good together, seriously. I like. There's a fucking chemistry here that I'm fucking.
It's just amazing.
I'm loving.
It's an amazing chemistry.
Yeah.
So soap opera's getting.
Do you know what he's thinking before you say what you say?
I don't know what I'm thinking before I say.
Which soap operas, Fez?
Are we supposed to guess?
Yeah, you can guess.
If I. What was trending?
Quick look at the trends. Give us a second. Our whole family's going to do this like it's Pyramid.
I don't really. Days of Our Lives?
Not Days of Our Lives. These are not the ones canceled just yesterday.
One Life to Live?
General Hospital?
One Life to Live is gone.
It's not General Hospital, is it?
Nope, General Hospital's still on. I think it's the only soap left on ABC.
This is what I worry about. If they cancel General Hospital, what will happen to those patients? Do they take them somewhere?
Shit out of luck.
And what's the other one?
All My Children.
That was still on.
Oh, that was a gigantic one.
It was huge.
That was the one with the
Lucci?
famous girl. Yeah, Lucci.
Susan Lucci. Erica Kane, and then 10 other names behind that for all the marriages she had on the show.
How do they handle that? Do the kids just grow up?
I don't know.
They just don't give a fuck. That's the beauty of that. They're like wrestling. Like we used to hate each other, now we're best friends.
I don't know how they wrap up a soap opera.
No, but did the show like move forward? You know what I mean? When you see a sitcom,
Are they
they're
stuck
frozen.
in time, or they?
Yeah.
Oh no, they keep going.
So the kids grow up, and then it's about their kids' kids. It's
Right.
one of those things, or do they just continue to replace the kids?
No, I think they keep going, and everyone ages. Now, what they'll do is, if there's a little kid on the show, and then they come back as an adult, they'll change an actor. You know, where it's like, oh, this kid, we haven't seen him in 10 years. Wait a minute, here's a whole new actor playing this kid who's back in town as a street tough.
Punk?
Yeah.
So is this a tough one for you, Fez?
Well, I watched All My Children in high school. I watched it then. I hadn't kept up with it, but it just seems like it's a TV tradition. That's
the weird thing about it.
Away.
Yeah, it's not so much that a show is canceled. We're losing this one type of entertainment that used to exist for like 50, 60, even before, like they had this in radio, and now everything is disappearing. It doesn't matter who's running the Today Show. It doesn't matter who's running the Tonight Show. Oprah's gone. Regis is gone. The New York Times is going to be gone. Anything that you held on from the past is gone.
Blockbuster,
gone.
Yep.
Now,
Barnes and Noble.
Yeah.
Gone.
Barnes and Noble. Gone.
And soap operas.
All.
Why did you watch soap operas?
What's that?
Why did you watch them?
I think it was just something to do. There wasn't really anything else on. Well, my town took a long time to get cable.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
why wouldn't you go out and be with other kids though?
Oh, no, that was too much. That I was gonna get pushed down or something. It was I wasn't gonna go play with the other kids.
You never played with the other kids?
They pushed you down?
Yeah, I like being inside with the television. I didn't like going running around.
Was the television your friend?
You didn't make forts or anything?
Very rarely.
That's sad.
I just didn't have many friends in the neighborhood.
Oh
no.
I wasn't all that interested in making them either.
What about this? What about we start a fort with you?
That would be cool. I guess we could build a
should
fort
build a
here.
fort here. We should. We'll build
That
a
would
fort.
drive them insane.
But
Fezzy happy.
Here's the thing.
Would we go with the blankets?
I bet why we're building a fort, we'll end up pushing Fezzy down. Just like
I know.
Here's the problem with the fort.
I'll get pushed out of the fort.
Well, someone is always left out. Like, make sure you don't tell this guy about the fort.
I want him there.
Don't tell him where it is. You didn't run around in developments that were being built and all that? We were talking about that the other day. Remember when just the foundations were in the neighborhood and you run around in those things?
Were you the one who come up with the fucking phrase of developments? But there was all, like, new neighborhoods would come in.
Yeah.
They would build, like, fucking... And you never hear that anymore, but when you were a kid, you knew where to get nails and wood and everything.
Well, that's where you got your supplies for your tree fort.
I remember one time I was in the new houses. We're getting fucking shit. This is how young I was. When as we called them, the men came into the house, right? When they start yelling, what are you kids doing in here? I never saw above the fucking belt. I had to be like 4 or 5 years old. I fucking turn around. I start running down into what was later to be the cellar. I go ass over head, and I'm laying at the bottom. I jump up and starting to run, and they're going like, "Kid, stop!" Yeah. But my fucking terror of being busted drives me away. But now they must have been freaked out seeing this little fucking kid running down these unfinished steps, falling. They thought I could have fucking killed myself. So it had to be just awful for them.
They just wanted you out of there.
First of all, it ain't their wood. Yeah, it ain't their wood. Right, they don't give a fuck.
They don't care. They're too busy getting high and making believe they're working on the site.
I went playing in a development one time, got put in a big hole, and couldn't get out.
Why would they put you in a hole?
It was my brother.
Oh, really?
Put me in a hole, wouldn't let me out, and then I never went back again. There was no curiosity about it. All I knew was that there's big holes that I could get stuck in down there.
Yeah. Nothing good could come of that.
Exactly.
What the heck is going on with my phone?
What is going on? Are you supposed to be somewhere else?
I don't know. Oh, boy. No. Okay.
Here's our friend from the Nielsen ratings. He's going to help us out here. Here's our buddy Randy. Randy, what do you got?
BS 307 buddies.
The
whole thing with the soaps, like it started with Bold and the Beautiful getting replaced by that View ripoff, The Talk last year, and now what's funny about ABC, what they're doing is they're putting this show The Chew and Revolution, which is basically shitty cable fashion reality and basically a ripoff of Food Network show in there to replace it, because daytime's such a small percentage of business, it's not really worth it to spend so much money on the soaps.
There's a lot of money to have a soap.
Yeah, it's real. It's pretty much fresh programming every day. It production wise is expensive. It's just not worth it. They're not getting enough inventory out of it. Susan Lucci not winning an Oscar is just not enough to keep that running.
An Oscar, huh?
An Oscar, I'm sorry, an Emmy, same type of thing.
What's going to happen, Randy? Everything that you've ever known in your life is gone. Like, I get Fez's point. It's not so much that the show is gone. It's just that there used to be something there, and now there's not anymore.
Yeah, well, and then they also, their mindset is like, if it works in England, it comes over here. I mean, even the shitty reality is getting brought to us. There's like Extreme Christmas Trees is the name of a show that's actually going to be airing and on one of the Discovery networks. It's like there's reality is cheaper. It gets ratings if it produces numbers, and they don't really care about like what historical stuff.
It's crazy. What's the number one show this year? Is it still Idol?
Idol's still number one.
It's not the dancing show?
No, Idol's still ahead. I mean, the dynamic changes next year when X Factor comes in. that's gonna change. I mean, NBC must be shitting because they're already getting their ass kicked, and now they have to worry about there being two monsters dancing and X Factor in fourth quarter, and all they got is football and critically acclaimed comedies, but not rating producers anywhere.
They're going to have The Voice.
Yes, that's a nice Idol ripoff. They're not really doing very well. Riser, people didn't really take his advice of watching the show. It did like a 2.3 last night.
Yeah, well, did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw it. It was. You gave good advice about telling them not to watch it before interviewing him. It was okay. It was trying to be something, but I think actually on that night, Parks and Rec is in rare form right now. Too bad it doesn't do better in the ratings.
Yeah, it's a very, very funny show. It's a very funny show.
And it's in that moment where it's actually hitting it. A lot of shows that stay on, they get into a groove, and that's in a groove right now.
What about the Paul Reiser show? That was just amazing TV.
Did you get a chance to watch it?
It was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
2.3 household. It actually did worse than the week before's Perfect Couples, which might be the worst sitcom NBC put on, and that's saying a lot. Yeah. That show is like people trying to be cool, and it's just cool. Like everyone on your show have said, it cool isn't funny. Like cool hip couples are just not funny people.
The feedback I got on the Paul Reiser show was not good. Not good at all.
And the Nielsen feedback was the same way.
And it's in a good spot too, right? Should do well.
It should do as good as the shows around it, right?
It's not the best spot because you got Big Bang beating up on Community. Community is a great show, but it doesn't do very well in the ratings.
Oh, right. You said that.
And it would be better if it was on after The Office and got that bump with, like he's saying, they had funny advertisers saying, like, watch us because Will Ferrell's coming on, but it didn't really help. Paul Reiser is going to be like a 3, and the NBC execs didn't even want to air. That was like the old regime. They were like plotting like not even to put that on the air. They just decided to throw it on Thursday because Perfect Couples was tanking.
When we talked to Paul Reiser, maybe you got the same feeling, Ron. He seemed like he didn't believe in the show. He was kind of downplaying the whole thing.
Yeah, I don't know, because this is all his idea, and it's all his show, blah, blah, blah.
But he's like, yeah, it's a mid-season replacement. There's not as much pressure in that slot.
It's not hard when they give you a bag of money and say, we want you back on television, like he said. It's like, okay.
You don't need the money, sir.
Yes, he probably doesn't need it, but he doesn't really have to be creative if they're telling him that they want him to do a show.
Yeah.
All right, man.
All right, cool. See you later.
Keep me updated on everybody, what everybody's doing next and what's happening here and there.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
I don't want there to be a movement in Hollywood or with the Long Island Killer that I'm not up on.
So that's it with the soap operas, Fez.
That's it.
Well, I was just wondering, what's the next thing that's going to be phased out? The miniseries is gone. They tried to get that Kennedy's thing everywhere and anywhere. Nobody would touch it.
But they're bringing back the variety show.
Who's doing that?
America's Got Talent.
I guess that's a variety show. I didn't even think of it that way.
The dancing thing is kind of variety show-ish. We grew up with variety shows, right?
Yeah. They don't have any jokes in between them, though. They really do need to bring the whole fucking 9 yards back.
Do it like Carol Burnett. Save the dancing for the end.
You need some windows and doors.
It's all about computers and nothing about TV. TV is just fucking dead to them.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. It's, and those soap operas were on each of them for over 40 years.
Wow.
That's true.
You would think, and those are just those soap operas.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the ones that have been on forever. Before that.
How many soap operas you think you could mention in 1 minute? And can we bet?
Oh, I could get 10 out in a minute.
Go.
One Life to Live, General Hospital, All My Children, Days of Our Lives, The Brave and the Bold. The Bold and the Beautiful. All right, I may have screwed up already. Let's see. The Doctors.
What?
That was an old one. Ryan's Hope. Let's see.
30 seconds.
You're almost there.
I said one would like to live.
Did you mention Sea Hunt?
No. I didn't know that was a soap opera.
I
guess I can't do it. I guess I got half that.
It's the only underwater... Well, you did a lot more than I would be able to do.
You did 7.
I recognized a couple of them, and some of them I didn't.
I don't know what the
that bold thing, I didn't know the doctors either.
The Bold and the Beautiful, that's...
Some of them my mom used to watch, and she called them her stories.
Yeah.
And, like, she would always say, like, shut up, my 1 o'clock story is on. I'm like, what? Like, all the years she watched it, she didn't even have a name for it. My 1 o'clock story.
Generic stories.
So, yeah. I agree with you, Fez. It's weird.
Yeah, it's an American institution, and it's gone.
Another one to add to the list.
Another one bites the dust. That's what I like to say.
Yeah. We play
it's like
that.
they got it's like they hit their peak in the 80s with that General Hospital song and the Luke and Laura wedding.
Wait, there was a song?
Yeah, there was like some sort of rap song for General Hospital.
Oh, yeah, Gangster's Paradise. I fucking love that song. What was that other fucking... Didn't One Life to Live used to have gin and juice?
Yep.
I want to know...
Just play the Sea Hunt theme for me, if nothing else.
What was the General Hospital song? Was it really a rap song?
Yeah, I can't think of who did it, but it was out there on Top 40 radio.
Right, I have the General Hospital song. Here it is. Wow. I'm not normally into fucking hip-hop, but this shit is good.
I think this is the dramatic Sea Hunt theme.
It's Mandelbaum.
Mandelbaum! All right, hold on. Mike wants to correct you, Fez. Mike, you're on Fez.
Yeah, how you doing, Fezzy? On the Reels channel last week, they aired the miniseries The Kennedys, and it was actually a pretty terrific miniseries.
Oh, yeah, I saw some of it, yeah. It was, but I was saying, like, the major networks didn't want to touch it.
Yeah, I got a feeling the major networks are just really afraid that it wouldn't do well because it was a miniseries, but awesome. It was an awesome miniseries. It was definitely worth watching.
It was all right. You really didn't get a whole lot out of it that you didn't already know. Marilyn Monroe was a little nutty over the president. That was basically what you got out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. They didn't paint President Kennedy as all that great. He seemed very indecisive, and it sounded like Bobby Kennedy and his father were running the White House the whole time.
Some would say.
You don't say.
Some said. Some said that's exactly what happened.
Now, when that show The Voice comes on,
mm-hmm.
the way I'm going to watch this is I'm going to watch it the same way as the judges. They don't get to see the performers. So I'm just going to turn my back to the TV set and watch it just like CeeLo. Except I'll have snacks at my house.
You're going to watch it like Sea Hunt?
No, like CeeLo, who's one of the judges.
So, yeah, they can't look at their faces.
In case they're...
Wait, as a viewer, are you able to see their faces?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I think you should be forced to watch the backs of the judges.
Start there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe that this is the only twist. We're like American Idol, but we don't look at people. Do it on the fucking radio, then. If that's your fucking point, take the vision out. So stupid.
And then I think they tried to do... I think they also had a twist like Shark Tank where the judges fight over which singers they're going to keep and which ones they're going to put in their troupe.
I don't know what that means, but the
Starting a gang, I think.
Shark Tank just reminds me of Sea Hunt. That's the only thing. Because I saw sharks on Sea Hunt.
Yeah.
The scariest thing about Shark Tank is when you have to walk down that row of aquariums with the sharks swimming at you.
That bothers you?
Yeah, I never liked an aquarium. I always thought the glass was going to break. Always thought that a shark,
But you would have the upper hand.
Yeah, they'd be on land now.
Yeah, the water would really
I'll
get...
fucking
you're drowning.
Seriously, I'll whip a fucking shark's fucking ass if it's laying on carpet.
Not if the area's flooding.
Kicking and punching on a shark.
See, I live for that. I would love to see that.
Hell yeah.
I was the one kid who didn't tap on the glass during the field trip.
So you were nervous?
Oh, yeah.
You lived in Florida. You were surrounded by water.
Yeah.
And he never went on boats and he never swam.
Oh, my God.
Party boat.
Why?
Come on.
Why no boats?
Yeah, I didn't like them.
Does that picture make you feel better?
No, that feels like it's right up against the glass, even if it's just the glass of the computer monitor.
I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone afraid of an aquarium. No. Were you afraid of like a house aquarium? Like an angelfish could fall out of there?
Yeah, like if the fish came like too close to the glass. It wasn't like so much afraid of the fish, it was close to the glass.
But then what happens?
Your new nickname is Rumblefish from this fucking point on. You're always ready to go.
Wow. All right.
Were you afraid at the zoo that the fucking cage was going to break? The monkeys would get out?
I always figured they were going to escape one way or another.
Did you ever have a place when you were a kid where you felt good?
No, I was never comfortable.
Never?
No.
That sucks.
What about in your bed?
No, because we would do the if I die before I wake prayer.
So prayer scared you.
So,
good Metallica song. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Wait, you were even scared in bed?
Oh, I was
before the lights went out.
There was a time where I just really didn't even sleep in my bed for a while. I just went, room to room trying to crawl in with someone else.
With an uncle.
Oh God, was it?
There was no bad relatives.
Okay,
just trying to squeeze in between mom and dad, or a brother or sister.
Incest. Yeah. Sick, fucking, disgusting insects.
And you were 18?
No, I was kind of past that at that point, but when I was a little kid. Not completely past it, but a little past it.
How old before you weren't bed hopping?
Oh, I was probably hitting like 10.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're a tough kid. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
Were you the cool kid in your neighborhood?
Never.
Did you want to be the cool kid?
Now look at him. Now you got the stick.
Yeah.
Fuck the other kids.
It's a good segment. Why you never want to be the cool kid? I think we all want to be the cool kid.
No, because I never had an interest in going out to play with them.
So who'd you go with to the movies and stuff?
Well, I guess my brother and sister.
You're not going to do this. You're not gonna...
I can't be here for this show. It's so uncomfortable. I feel like I'm in someone's therapy. I'm just getting up and going.
You can't leave.
Oh,
your name's on the billboard.
Every time I see an uncomfortable fucking interview, I have to go.
Why is it uncomfortable? I'm just trying to get to know my pal Fezzi. Like, who'd you would go to the movies with?
I mean, there would be a couple of maybe like friends from school. See, my school friends weren't my home friends.
Did you at least have friends?
I had friends at school.
But you didn't bring them to your house?
So no one knocked on the door and said, "Can Fezzi come out?"
Right, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking sad.
Jesus. But did you bring friends back to your house?
No, not really, no.
All right, this is really...
I know. And I got very nervous about going
Wait, you weren't allowed to have people over your house?
No.
Why?
What? No, they would
find out what happens there.
Call the authorities.
It's like who wanted to go
and ruin the good time.
Be like being invited home to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Why weren't you allowed?
My mother thought that other kids would mess up the house. She didn't want other kids in the house.
What was her thing?
Cleanliness, neatness.
OCD cleanliness, plastic on the furniture.
Look, I was in that fucking house.
Scrubbing.
The furniture was setting up on fucking Hawaiian sea cans.
We're in a flood zone.
That's not neat.
Yeah. There was fucking cans under the furniture. The fucking walls were goddamn granite. What was it, like cinder block, right?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Was there a flood coming?
You can't get cinder block fucking clean.
Was the flood coming?
Like a bomb shelter.
We got flooded every couple of years.
So why not take it off the cans until, like, the thread is...
Until the rain hits.
Until the rain hits.
You sit down on a fucking chair, you had to balance yourself.
Why wouldn't you take the cans away?
It was easier just to leave them
Just
up,
to
I
leave them
guess.
up. Was she a scrubber?
Oh, yeah.
Like over and over again stuff?
Yeah, yeah.
My mom was a cleaner. But I was allowed to have friends over.
Yeah, we weren't.
I'm sure he could have had a friend over. He didn't have one to bring in.
You didn't have a friend?
Who doesn't knock on a fucking door
to
see if somebody wants to fucking play?
Yeah. Never?
No. Not that I can remember. Well, I didn't want to, so there was no sort of, hey, can he come out and play?
So how'd you spend your days?
Just watching TV.
But there's a lot of
Not
hours.
the weekends.
Like, I watched probably 10 hours of TV a day, but that's still left at least 6 more hours. At least.
You can still get in a double header.
Right, at least. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's way too many hours in the day. I mean, 10 hours outside, easy, and then easy 6 in front of the TV, right, Ronnie?
Oh, yeah, easily.
And then it gives you 8 to sleep.
But even when you're a little kid, you ain't going to come home until the streetlights are on.
Yeah, I just didn't like being outside.
Wait, in the summertime, you weren't outside until 9 o'clock at night when the sun finally started going down?
No, not only that.
Oh, my
Not me.
No, not only that.
Those days.
He grew up in fucking Florida with no AC.
What?
So he stayed in a hot fucking cinder block house,
Humid ass.
watching fucking TV,
Sweating your ass
instead of
off?
being out in the tropical fucking breezes, like a fucking Jimmy Buffett song.
The amount of fans they had going on in that house, I think it would have equaled the electricity that AC would have.
Your parents had a lot of fans. They were very, very fucking popular.
We had 2 fans in my house. No AC, 7 kids.
Yeah.
1 for the parents, and 1 we were able to rotate.
My parents also thought that AC would kill you.
Yeah, so 1
right
every 5th day you didn't, sweat your balls off in the middle of summer in your bed. Which
Rotate
is nice.
that fucker.
Which is nice. Right, thanks.
Woke up with a lot of wet sheets.
From what?
Sweating.
Oh, I thought from cum soaked and fucking shit and piss. Just coming on your shit.
I was just thinking pee. I didn't go past pee. Sorry, Fez.
No, it was just sweat.
Sweaty sheets.
Oh, yeah.
In the middle of summer.
Stuck to you.
This is the kind of radio you like to do, though. Like, fucking ask me all the questions about my youth. This is where you're at. You're most comfortable.
Well, I think it's probably the thing I have the most knowledge about.
So who do you blame?
I don't blame anyone.
Well, do you feel like you missed out on a normal childhood?
No, that was just me being afraid.
Because as much as I tell stories about my mom and stuff, I would have to say I had a relatively normal childhood. I was able to run around outside and had friends and.
No one's too normal and no one's so fucking abnormal.
Yeah,
the whole looking back thing. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do in the end? I just needed some understanding.
Yeah.
And I got it.
What are you going to do?
You don't feel like you missed out on anything?
No, not really.
So,
no,
so
maybe I didn't build that fort.
But you sat in your room, no AC, Florida, cans on the furniture,
under
watching
the furniture.
TV. Did you have any hobbies? Did you collect baseball cards?
No, comic books.
Dungeons and Dragons? You seem like you might have been one of those guys.
No.
Nice and dark? No?
No.
Stamp collection? Nothing?
No, nothing there. Just the
Toy
comic
cars,
books. That was
Hot
really
Wheels,
about it.
Beer cans? Nothing?
Nope, there was no beer in the house.
So you just sat in front of your TV?
Yeah, basically.
What did you get from that?
I was the guy that Frank Cross and Scrooge was based on, I guess.
This is therapy. This is straight therapy, and look how he's not lost here. Like, ask me more. With every fucking detail. He loves it. He fucking adores this. This is how he would spend every show if it was up to him.
I got excited collecting beer cans and baseball cards. Nothing?
No, I never collected.
You didn't play sports?
No. I tried, a couple of years. I did a season of football, and I did 2 seasons of, the little minor league baseball.
Were you in plays?
Oh, no. I got 1 hit, I think, in 2 seasons.
No, I mean...
1 hit play.
1 hit play. I mean plays. Like
Usually
when people are
into
sports,
I thought you meant, did you ever make a play?
They do theater or something. You weren't in, any plays or anything?
Yeah, I did drama once I was in high school.
So what'd you do from, grammar school to high school?
I guess I just did my homework.
He
and
was a
watched TV.
fucking shut-in. He was a fucking
Yeah,
kid.
I guess
he
I
was a
can't
kid
convince you.
in your fucking neighborhood. You probably thought the kid fucking would have died years before, like the asthma kid who fucking died, the first one you ever found out about, and then you were like fucking obsessed with it.
What makes you happy, Fez?
Oh, I don't know at this point.
Like when you're not here, like when you go home today, what like makes you happy? Just to watch TV for the next 8 hours?
Yeah,
You're still just watching TV?
I'll probably end up doing that. Yeah.
Like if we went to your apartment, have you ever been to his apartment, Ron?
Yeah.
Should I bring this up? What would we find in your apartment?
Same thing. Like if you know any 5-year-old kids?
Yes.
Do any of them have a credit card?
It would be that.
So that's what it. Yeah, that's
so
what it is.
It looks like it might be a kid's room.
Yeah, it's like Batman stuff. It looks like the house that a fucking pederast would fucking own.
What would we walk us through your house in our minds? We
Well,
walk into Fezzi's house. What do we see? What do we see right off the bat?
Well, you probably just see the Batman stuff up on the walls. The Batman.
So there's a hobby. You like
animation
Batman.
cells and stuff, and the collectibles on the shelves, stuff like that.
A lot of dust. What's your collectibles?
No, I think he said busts.
Oh. Simpsons? What's your collectibles?
No, it's all Batman stuff.
Oh, so everything's Batman.
Yeah. Joker, Riddler, Batman.
What character do you think you are?
My favorite was always the Riddler. I don't think this is all that interesting.
Why? Because the spotlight's on you? So you were the Riddler? That's your character?
I wasn't the Riddler, but now I'm just getting confused.
Would you...
What are you confused about?
Well, he's asking me, were you the Riddler? I don't know what that means.
You feel like you're being pinned down right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm just... What character could
You're
you relate?
penning him in. You're penning him in right now.
Really?
Is he going
to fight his way out?
Yeah.
No, like, you could relate to the Riddler out of all the Batman characters.
I don't know if I could relate to him. He was my favorite.
Why was he your favorite?
This is just getting too weird.
What?
Why? Why is this weird?
I just want to know why you like the Riddler.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And
he was just my favorite. I think he seemed like the smartest.
And which Riddler did you like? The TV version? Or
Love the TV version.
Hey, someone's called this show. It's Justin, and you told him to give us a call.
Oh, this is Justin from Letterman. Justin.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What do you say, dude?
He's one of the head writers from Letterman. He's a good friend of mine.
How you guys doing?
What's up, Justin?
So I've been listening. We listen to both your shows all the time, and my brother Eric, who's the other head writer, Paul Masella,
Another great guy,
the writer's assistant. And so the first half of this show, very entertaining. Opie, Ron, you guys talking about comics and talking about movies, and it's been really solid. And now you've moved on to the second half where you crawl into Fez's head, you dig around and you try to make him cry.
I kind of picked up on the same thing.
I'm not trying to make
for that.
I swear.
I thought you went for that.
I swear I'm not trying to make you cry.
I think
Fez.
that's what you were going for.
No. I swear to you.
I think so.
Justin, you're a troublemaker.
Oh, no, I don't mean it in a bad way.
I just want to get to know Fez a little bit.
Yeah. It's been, I was, you were getting somewhere with the Riddler.
You think?
I don't know. I don't know. I think you felt penned in.
I was definitely pinned down.
Fez, please look at me. I'm not trying to make you cry. I hear that enough. I don't need to do that.
I think it's just trying to
I'm
point
honestly
out
trying
that
to.
you're really freaking crazy.
But no. Let me give you this thing.
I'm trying to figure
you
you out a little bit. That's all.
You're a funny guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Why do you answer everything he says honestly, like you're in a fucking...
Because a lot of
like
that...
a cop
I'm
pulled
just
you
not
over.
thinking fast enough.
Fuck it. Fucking take him in all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah, some of that stuff was just to get a little weird. That's all.
You can make stuff up.
Yes, you can.
Yeah,
you can make it up.
Ask me a question.
And
Justin, what part of the country did you grow up in?
What part? I grew up in Alaska. You see, I didn't grow up in Alaska.
See, that's the thing. You don't fucking have to give it away.
Right. You don't have to give everything away.
Ask me another question.
Justin, how did you get along with your parents?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't get along at all. I once threw a hammer at my dad.
Oh my God!
A hammer
it's
at
entertaining. It's entertaining.
What? Why?
No.
And I'll tell you this, Justin. I don't think Opie could make Fez cry. I think Fez just fucking moved too fast.
No.
You really think? You don't think you could?
No, I don't think so. Do you, Fez?
I think so.
No, don't bet against me. I'm putting all my money up on that.
Why let your car?
I'm putting all my fucking money out.
Fez, you just
poker face.
You just did what Justin told you not to do.
You're being fucking honest.
Don't.
I know.
You let your guard down.
Oh, Opie. Are you proud of yourself now?
You let your guard down, Fez. You should say, "There's no way you can make me cry."
No, it happens too easy.
Oh.
No.
This is why he doesn't want to come out, Opie.
This is why he stays in.
What do you want? Go ahead.
Because I was trying... I'm sorry.
No, you're not the one that should be sorry.
Don't blame me.
Fezzy, it's not you. It's Justin and Opie. That's who should be ashamed of themselves.
I was just trying to help.
Yeah, you were. That's true. It's Opie. Why? What is it, Fez?
It's always me. What's up, Fez?
I just... Never mind.
No.
Fezzy, I was not trying to make you cry.
And yet
I
is.
am breaking out of my fucking character. I was not. I swear to you, I was not trying to make you cry. I was actually relating to you a little bit with the mom thing and the cleaning thing.
I wanted to hear more about the Riddler.
But then
I say that's the thing that makes him. That's when he starts.
All right, what's
he did
up?
everything you've asked of him, Justin.
Right.
What's up, Fezzy?
No, I was...
What?
When I don't talk, I get shit. When I
It's
do
true.
talk, I get
you
shit.
give him shit when he doesn't talk,
Yeah.
and then you give him shit when he does.
Me?
Yeah. I'm not. I'm talking about the royal you. I'm talking about you and people like you. Talking about the Ku Klux Klan. Talking about the mafia. Talking about the hate mongers out there.
I think I blame Justin.
Yeah, apparently I'm like in the same group as the Ku Klux Klan.
No, but you're more of like a cool white supremacist. Like, you know, you listen to metal and you meet chicks and stuff. You're not like one of those pointy attic guys.
No.
You're just a racist.
American History X.
I was actually enjoying the Fezzy segment. I don't know why Fezzy wasn't enjoying it.
I was enjoying it too.
Because I was trying to like get to know you a little bit more.
I was worried that this was going to happen.
I think you knew the answer to all those questions.
I really didn't. To be honest with you.
I was enjoying Fez talking about TV and soap operas and naming all the soap operas, and I was enjoying all that.
I don't know whether you were or not now.
I don't think so.
I don't know whether
No,
you were or not.
I was enjoying all that. I was we've been sitting here listening in our office.
Okay.
Hey, you hear the Ricky Gervais?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was pretty solid.
Yeah. You guys have a good time with him too?
Yeah, he was in. When was he in? He was in like Tuesday.
I'll tell you when he was in because that's what fucked us up. We weren't allowed to play our interview until he did you guys.
Really? That's why you had a pre-recorded there at Friday?
You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea.
We had to make believe that we were here today, and he only agreed to talk to us if we, waited till Friday.
Wow. I got a great Ricky Gervais story about you guys. So, years and years ago, right when The Office started to play here, we booked him on the show. And he got here early, and he wanted to hang out with the writers. And we were like, wow, that's pretty cool. So he's hanging out in the writers' room. He was hanging out in my office. He was here all day. And then, he was on the show, and now he started to get a little heat. And then you guys booked him soon after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so he did you guys. He came over here later that day. My brother and I went. We were talking to him, thinking somehow he would remember the day he spent hanging out in our office. And we said, you were great on Opie and Anthony this morning. And he was leaving. He was walking out. He was getting into his car. He's like, "Oh, you heard me on?" And we're like, "Yeah, it was great. It was very funny. Really, really. Yeah, it was good." And he goes, "Those guys." To his car. And then he leaned back out and he said, "They called Mother Teresa a cunt." Got his car, slammed the door, and left.
I wonder who did that day. It wasn't me. Yeah. Yeah, he's a very loyal guy.
Yeah, he really is.
He picked us to, be one of the places to stop for his new project. I thought that was really nice.
Yeah.
That he kind of remembered us from years ago.
But, he's one of these guys that as soon as he hit it, he is using his fame to have fun.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which, you guys were talking about Sandler before and hiring all of his friends. I actually think that's pretty cool because he's getting a lot of his friends paycheck they probably wouldn't be able to get and an amount of money they probably wouldn't be able to necessarily get.
Justin, you're a comedy guy. Why is me and Ronnie were trying to figure this out, and Fezzy, why Why is Adam Sandler as big as he is? Because he's not the funniest guy in the movies. He's not even close to the funniest guy in his movies.
People
love him. And he's not the greatest actor either. But his movies are just one after another do great.
I think he's one of those guys. It's never like. I'm going to see, and you say the title, like I'm going to see, the Banker,
right,
starring Adam Sandler. I'm going to see the Adam Sandler movie.
Right.
Like people like him.
You know what? Someone said, God, I wish I could remember this. Someone, you nailed it. Someone told me that he invented his own genre.
Yeah.
You can't really pinpoint the genre that he does.
Right.
Sometimes it's comedy, sometimes it's serious.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, there's always a thing where you're crying over because he loves his wife and his kid.
Right. Yeah. But you know what you're
like a little nice moment.
But it's its own genre.
Right.
It is. I mean, like, that's why funny people, I think, people went in expecting the woo,
right,
and it was 2.5 hours with cancer and very serious.
But I did laugh when he went down on Apatow's wife. I thought that was so fucking cute.
But Ronnie nailed it. They should have went the distance with that.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it the whole thing.
You gotta do it the right way.
Yeah.
But Justin, you made Fezzik cry.
I'm sorry.
I was not the one, man.
No, I was just calling it. I got the email from Opie, he called the show.
Okay, now I understand how it worked.
What's that?
Justin brought up crying, but who emailed him to call the show?
Oh!
Now I see how it worked. Okay.
Bust it! Bust it!
Holy crap! This is an insane asylum. No,
no, that's not what happened.
Hold on. Now I got to read my emails.
Yeah, forward. Forward.
I will read my emails. Hold on, I'm going to read this.
I emailed Opie after the Ricky Gervais thing ended.
Look, here's the first one, and this came in, Fezzi, at 10:41, so I wasn't even on the air yet.
Right. Okay.
It says, Justin, where can I call you today? So I got all excited, like, fuck, they want me on Letterman again. So I write back, Fezzi right there, what up? On with Ron and Fez right now. That's 11:30.
Is that the cue? Is that the signal?
No, there's no cue.
It seems like there's a signal.
I fucking hate you, Ronnie.
That's what I'm just saying.
It seems like
I'm uncomfortable.
It seems like as soon as I got worked up, Justin is boom on the line.
Right.
No. In fact,
on the hotline.
Let me finish the emails. Remember when my phone was going off?
Yeah, I do remember.
Okay,
it was great.
That's what was going on. It was me and Justin. A little inside stuff here. So then Justin writes back, really, ? We will listen now. Wanted to talk about the Ricky taped segment because he thought it was really good.
Yeah.
We were talking about this on the show, so I said, call the show.
Yeah.
So I figured we could fit him into the Ricky Gervais conversation.
Right.
And that's it. And I think
waited too long to call.
And then he wrote, I would, not sure what to talk about. Stay. This is great radio. Oh, because then Ronnie said, are you leaving?
Yeah.
Right.
And then I didn't write him back, Fezzi, to be honest with you. And then the last email was, I think I missed it. The right time to call was during the stand-up talk.
Yeah, I missed it because all of a sudden you were talking about the other stuff, and I felt like I don't know if I have anything to contribute.
I see. And then let's make Fez cry.
Yeah.
But this is a weird thing.
I don't know what to talk about. I can do this with Opie.
And then, I thought, okay, I'm going to let Ope go. And then you're like, I don't know. But you're actually taking tests. You're finding out whether Justin thinks that you should stay or go.
No.
That's amazing. I don't have the head writer of fucking Letterman. I can check in. What do you think? Should I be here or go? Because I saw you flip-flop your mind. I saw you go back and forth on that.
Justin's a great one to follow on Twitter, by the way. It's Justin Stangel, Stangel, right?
Yeah.
He really is. Him and his brother are really good on Twitter.
Yeah, well, you rock it, man. Like when my brother started on Twitter first, I followed you. I followed, my brother. I followed a bunch of other people, and I couldn't figure out the right way to do it. So I sort of tried to see what you were doing.
Oh wow, that's flat.
Just retweet them. Just retweet everything Opie says.
No, these guys are strong. They were doing live tweeting from Charlie.
Yeah,
Charlie
Friday
Sheen.
night.
Oh,
and they did a good job. So.
It was crazy, man.
Yeah,
it was crazy. I bought tickets to that thing. I bought a pair for myself. I brought my wife. Because you know what? My wife loves the theater. So I brought her.
So you spun that, Fezzi.
Yeah. I got a pair for my brother and his wife, and the writer's assistant, Paul Masella. I got a set for Paul and his girl.
Can I ask you something? Did you buy the tickets because you wanted to see a freak show?
Yes.
All right, thank God.
Absolutely.
I can still be friends with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, you know, when I was on Twitter and I was, you know, complaining about it, people are like, well, what did you expect? I knew it was going to be a freak show. My biggest complaint, if you charge like $130 a ticket, the show should be at least an hour long. And it was 55 minutes.
That's all he did?
Yeah.
And I don't think he goes far enough. I think he's got to shit in a bucket and throw it at the audience. I think he's just got to
just let it
lose it, because when they make the movie of this, you really want it to go far.
It's true.
You know?
It's absolutely true. When you walk in, they tell you that there's a sign up that if you heckle, you're going to be removed. So they were trying to make sure, they were really trying to control the audience instead of trying to add more material or more substance to the show. They were just trying to shut the audience up.
Wow.
When you bought drinks, soda or beer or water, whatever you got, they would not give you the bottle. They poured it into a cup so you would have nothing to throw.
Yeah, that's pretty much every event at this point.
Yeah, but here it was like that was a distinct possibility.
What I don't know is it. You think it's his ego that he doesn't have an opener?
He just doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about this business.
But didn't he have one on the first night and the guy got booed off?
Oh, yeah, there was supposedly some local guy or whatever.
Wasn't it
And then
Simon
Russell
Rex?
Brand came out and did the interview thing with him in Toronto.
No kidding.
And then the people were complaining. They're like, that's too much Russell Brand. You know?
But it's smart to have a guy who's actual. Well, you need a real interviewer up there to ask him questions.
Ronnie B would be perfect.
I do it in a heartbeat.
Honest to God, you would be perfect. But like he and the other thing that was crazy, it was packed. And as soon as the show started, the audience was completely on his side. They laughed when they were supposed to. They cheered. They were completely on his side. So it's really his fault. Everything fell apart. He lost them after 20, and they were booing and you suck.
So he has a strong 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And he only goes 55.
55 minutes, and there's like a 5-minute videotape piece that was all over the internet, which was like their fake 2020 piece.
So that's so he does actually 50 minutes live.
Yeah, and he was yelling. He was like yelling at the audience.
That is, and people spent a lot of money.
Dude,
I spent not even an hour.
I spent a lot of money. I bought 6 tickets.
He got you. Well, we said on our show that he needs like a road comic, a guy that's been through the battle.
Yeah.
To do 20 minutes before him, and then what you do it's an old trick. Ronnie knows this. Then you go dark for 10 minutes, so there's a separation between maybe if the guy's killing, let the people get some more drinks, and then you finally pop on 10, 15 minutes later.
Right.
So it doesn't feel like you're following someone that's really strong in that situation.
Right. Well, the biggest problem here is he believes everything he's saying. He thinks like it's all ego. He thinks that everybody should be hanging on his every word. And in fact, he said that to the audience. He said, I thought when I would speak, you would all listen to every word I was saying, something like that. And he thought his stories were interesting. And I mean, there was one story. Where like the guy asked some story about like going on location with his dad when his dad was making movies and he was growing up, and he told this. Now again, you're in Radio City. This place has been around forever. It's a classy establishment,
legendary, obviously.
And he tells a story, and he said, or he was going out looking for a hooker, and he said, did I find a whore? Yeah. Did I fuck her? Yeah. Was she pregnant? Yeah. He's like, was I awesome? Yeah. Was she 8 months pregnant? Yeah. And that was the payoff to his story.
Wow. Jesus, I would go see that.
Yeah.
No problem.
I mean, it was amazing.
I missed my opportunity because, Roland decided he had to go to bed at noon.
I heard
You heard
something odd happened there.
Yeah, that was
what
a
it
little
was.
strange.
Something went wrong.
Something went wrong. Are you at Ed Sullivan?
Yeah.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna go see you now.
You're taking off? All right, Ope. Thanks for being in.
No,
Justin, he's on his way over.
Smooth it over with Fez.
No, Fez is fine.
You guys can high five. You did it.
Fezzy.
That's the line of the fucking day right there.
I want you to say, the fuck it, you got it.
Enjoy it.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Fezzy, we're all big fans of yours over here.
People love you.
Fezzy, I swear I wasn't trying to make you cry.
See that?
I was just trying to get to know you a little more. That's all.
And I was just making reference to, things I've heard on the show in the past.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what that means. I know he doesn't cry normally. It's only when Opie comes in. It's the only time I've seen it happen.
Because, when you think Batman, I was the Joker.
I've never seen, so don't ruin it for me. And the Joker's one of the characters.
And the Heath Ledger version, where it's the complete fucking sociopath.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking that. I had an answer to the question myself. Who would you be, Ronnie?
Are you trying to do it again?
No, I'm not trying. Who would you be? Out of all the Batman characters, you would probably have to be Batman. The main guy.
I have nothing.
I have
no connection with Batman. I get no connection.
But if you had to be one of the characters,
I would be Christopher Nolan. If I had to be, I'd be the one saying, "You guys dress up like fucking strange, homoerotic, fucking weirdos."
Like it's one big Halloween
party. Then somehow I get paid for it.
Okay.
All right.
That's fair enough. You had an answer.
Yeah.
Fezzi had an answer. Justin.
I would be Batgirl because on the TV show she was hot.
So you consider yourself the hot one over there at Letterman?
Well, I want to be a pretty
Have you seen the rest of the staff?
Yeah.
Not too far off. Wow, you'd want to just fill yourself up, I guess.
I want to be the pretty little girl and.
Which version though?
The Yvonne Craig one from the '60s TV show.
Is that the? What about
You know what I love? That any second Letterman is going to come pulling up and Justin has to slam the phone down and act like he's typing. Yeah, we're working on it.
I learned something about Justin today. Yeah. Obviously, the show's dark on Fridays, so you still have to go to the office.
Yeah, I work here. I'm here all the time. And you know what?
What the hell's that about?
And Opie, you got a little baby. I got two kids. Now they're 6 and 4. And sometimes coming into work it's absolutely fine. You know what I mean? Just to get out of the house.
I think that's why I'm here today, sir.
I know.
No, I love my son.
Yeah, it's great.
I can't
the way
get
you
enough
have to
of
keep saying that over and over. I don't know who you're trying to convince.
Yeah.
You were.
Look,
you or me.
I was even keeping track of the soap operas, Fez. I was all in. You got 7. Look,
Fez is not holding a grudge. I don't want you to feel bad.
I'm not. I came up with a bit. How many soap operas in a minute? And I was the one keeping track. I got 7 in front of me.
I was waiting for you to say Passions, Another World. I was with you.
See that?
Yeah, you lost focus, I think. I really thought you should have done 12 to 15.
I'm sorry, that's not good enough for you. He's done everything he can. He didn't have the great life you had. He lived in the heat.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
I related to the heat and the wet fucking sheets. Wasn't that good, Fez?
Fez grew up exactly like the TV show Gentle Ben. He was fucking...
Wait a minute.
He's out in an airboat.
He's mad at me because I said piss. He said come.
Who said come?
You said come.
Yeah, but I said it so low.
Who said airboat?
Who started it?
That was me, Justin.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
How did I start it?
Who gets the ball rolling?
That's true.
Well, it's been one of my...
That's one of your things.
One of my things.
But that doesn't mean that everyone's not friends.
It doesn't mean every time someone has to cry or storm out, though. Sometimes it's just
It all happened. It's behind us now. We can forget about it.
Can we ask Justin another question? I'd like the hammer question. You got one for him?
What do you got?
Fezzi, you got one for him?
No.
No, so we can play his game where he changes the answer.
I'll give an answer that's not exactly accurate.
But we have to ask the question?
Yeah, ask me anything. I'm an open book.
Yeah, here's what we wanted to know.
Yeah.
Every night on the show, right? When the show starts, are you watching? Are you living these jokes? And what jokes did you ever feel like Letterman didn't sell the way he needed to?
But
oh wow.
Wow, that's like a real question.
Now Justin's
now
gonna cry.
Fuck around. Now fucking play games.
Now have fun.
Yeah, now
have fun.
We're all going to cry if that's the fucking way we're going.
Now who's crying?
Let's go, Mr. Head Writer.
You guys suck, man.
Hey! How's it feel?
See, Fez, you can't even enjoy someone else crying, though, can you?
No. Once I get started,
that's it for you.
I'm screwed.
I grew up on an airboat.
That's good.
You see, the interesting thing about working here
is
that we prepare a show, and we have kind of like a skeleton laid out, a skeleton of a show laid out for Dave. He can go to anything he wants, or he can kind of kind of make things up as he's going along, or reference something that just happened in the audience, or so we're sort of rewriting the show as it's going along as well.
Mm-hmm.
So and I'm not avoiding your question. I just don't think it's ever been he hasn't read a joke properly or he hasn't done. It's sort of like there's a lot of show going on all at once, and we're sort of kind of writing and rewriting and handing him stuff and handing him notes, and then he kind of does what he wants, or he makes it his own. So he kind of will say it in his own words. Does that mean anything?
No, it absolutely does not.
We should cry
because sometimes I see him not selling jokes. Haven't you noticed that? He'll be just like, I'm not going to sell this. I'm going to let it fucking lay out there.
I'll give you a good story. There was once in the dressing room, I showed we had a tape. I showed it to him, and he was like, I don't know, is it going to play? I said, I think it's going to play. He said, I don't think it's going to play. And I believed in it. I said, I think it will. He said, what do you want to bet? I said, I'll bet you $100. He goes, $100. I'll bet you $1,000. And I'm like, okay. So I called the wife. I said, just don't spend any money, just for a little bit. I'll call you back in like an hour. And Dave set it up. He really sold it, and it didn't play. So at the end of the piece, you come out of it, and Dave's sitting there. He's a big smile on his face, and Paul said, Dave, what's up? What's going on? He said, I think I just won $1,000. So I'm like, oh, that's it. During the commercial, I run out because I got to do it now. I go to the bank machine. I come back during the commercial. I slap $1,000 on the desk. So he has now won the bet. So now, like a month or two later, exact same scenario. I show him a tape, and he's like, I don't know. What do you think? I said, I think it's going to play. So we went double or nothing. And it played like it got like half a laugh. So not a full laugh, and it didn't tank. So we kind of left it up to the audience. The audience liked it. So now, so now we're arguing about it. So Dave gave me back my money, and then bought my baby clothes with like the other $1,000.
Oh, that's really nice.
See, so that's a good story.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
Is it a good story, Fez?
That's a nice story.
That's nice, right?
We were talking about comics earlier, and I've brought this up before, and I tried to forget who I said it to, somebody from your show, but they didn't understand me. I think that you could go, I would love to go back and look at the way people delivered material before Letterman, because he's changed the way people talk. Yeah. ESPN would not exist. Every fucking show is lifted from Letterman, and you'd never hear him get credit for that.
I know, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. And like,
great observation.
Yeah, and like all the other late night talk shows that are on, everything kind of originated with him, which is kind of cool. My brother and I grew up watching this show, and that's how we grew up kind of telling jokes the way Dave would say it. It's pretty amazing.
How do you go from watching Letterman to being the head writer?
It's crazy. Like, there are times. I've been here 14 years, so there are times even now where it'll be like a difficult day. You're working through a problem, and you have a conversation with Dave, and he's Justin, I think we should do this, right, or whatever. And you walk out, and it's like, holy crap, that guy knows my name, and I've been here 14 years. It's odd. I don't know. This is the only job I ever really wanted growing up, and so at some point, I don't know what I'm going to do. Right.
When Dave drops dead, that's it. All your dreams.
I'm going with him.
You're going to have to be buried like they do with the slaves in Egypt, where everything goes down with him. Yeah,
right, the whole gang.
Centuries from now, they'll find the bones of a long man in a tomb, and then some kind of a heavyset guy curled up in a ball on top of the tomb. That'll be me.
With a clipboard.
Yeah, with a clipboard.
I don't know you without a clipboard.
Yeah.
He's constantly with the clipboard, just rewriting jokes.
It could be the commercial, and the stage manager says 30 seconds, and Dave could look at a top 10 and all of a sudden want to change or want a whole new list, and we're rewriting the show all while the show's going on, and it makes you crazy.
I was gonna, we're friends, and I meant to ask you this privately.
Yeah.
But what the hell?
Yeah.
How did me and Aunt blow it with Letterman? I need to know.
I don't think you did blow it. You had a great appearance.
No, what happened was, we had a great appearance, just to walk people through. And then one of the main producers ran upstairs to tell us, they loved it, and they wanted to rebook us. And,
right.
And then you were there with your brother, and you said that,
picture.
You said that rarely happens, that she actually, comes right up or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that. Happened.
And then we were supposed to be booked around Christmas time, and then Leno was calling at the same time as Letterman, which is just is just an amazing thing if you think about it. I was on the phone with my agent. I was actually in a hotel room on Long Island, and we were trying to decide. And our thought process at the time is like, if you get a shot to also do Leno, you got to fucking do Leno.
It was a mistake.
But as soon as we did Leno, Letterman's people never called.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
I don't.
And I've always wondered if we blew it or when she said we want to have you guys back, real soon. That was more just like some lip service.
No. They in fact, I think they tried to offer you a date at the time, didn't they? Because I was.
Well, they wanted us. Well, then the problem was they couldn't book us. They wanted to, but they couldn't book us. So that's when I said, all right, well, we got Leno around Christmas. And they're like, all right, we'll take you around Christmas. They were basically saying, screw the Leno thing. We'll have you now at Christmas, even though they didn't have a date ahead. But at that point, we're already committed to Leno. So we said, we can't now, call those guys and say, we're not coming.
I don't remember anymore specifically. The way I sort of.
That's where the tears start. He likes when you're not looking and then he can throw a line in. That's what he likes.
And that's your thing, Fez?
See, you're doing it again.
See, that's now you're focusing back on.
Put the notch on your belt. You got me.
You are putting a notch on your belt right now.
That's a nice belt.
I've hung out more than usual the last week and a half in here, so I'm just trying to get to know you a little more, Fez. That's all. We don't talk much in the halls. We say hi and this and that.
All the shows have been good too. The mixing and the matching and Ronnie, you on in the morning, Opie, you on with them in the afternoons. Like everything is like mixing everything up. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, but I don't like this. Suddenly you're coming in with an anti-Anthony thing that I don't believe in.
I'm not anti-Anthony.
I am very loyal to him.
I'm not anti-Anthony at all.
Okay, good. I didn't know where that was
coming from. When Ant gets back on Monday, we should do a little more of this.
No, we'll just act like no one will read. Just like somehow leave it like, no, we don't do that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I definitely would want to.
Fez, would we survive, me and you, one show?
Oh, I have no idea.
I think you'll kill him.
Ryan.
I think that you'll kill him. You don't know how far to go, and his heart gives out.
Really?
Yeah.
Would you do one show with me?
Oh, yeah. It's you'd have to have a crash team ready.
I don't know what that means.
I knew what he meant.
The EMT's ready to.
All right, that's called a crash team.
Hit me with the defibrillator.
Now, if I ever have to call 911 and yell, "Get me a crash team,"
they'll know.
They're going to know.
They'll know what you're saying.
They might bring some foam or something. But
I don't want to hear crash team. We don't have one. No, I got the airplane joke.
Fezzy, people would listen though. Me and you, one day only.
Yeah, it'd be huge.
Be huge.
And then Justin calls in and you get me going. I know.
How about we'll set ground
I got pushed in a hole by my brother as a kid. I know the traps now.
We'll set ground rules.
Yeah.
No phone calls, no guests.
I won't even listen.
We'll turn the lights off. We'll do that voice thing where we're back to back. We don't even see each other.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds like an interrogation.
Not if we're back to back. That's not an interrogation.
Back to back is homoerotic. It's like some kind of ass to ass.
Ass to ass. Well, we don't have to be. I mean, I'll just turn around. You turn around. How great would that be?
It would be the best.
You want some ground rules?
You're doing it again.
What am I doing?
Yeah,
Ronnie,
turn my back and get clobbered.
I think this is working out pretty well.
Yeah, it is.
Just like this?
It's good.
I would love to do a show with Fezzy.
It would be great.
That sounded really
sarcastic. Yeah, because the one that you did with him today, you pushed him to tears. You pushed him to tears. And now it feels like you're not going to be happy until we get back there.
What does Fezzy think of the Kobe Bryant thing?
You know that's going to get him upset. You know this.
I'm being completely honest.
I'm not commenting on that.
Are you a language
guy? He thinks it's real funny. Is that where you want to be with this? He thinks it's the best thing Kobe ever said.
In fact, they ought to just not even use the word ref. Just change it to Kobe's word in every sport.
But all right.
It's
just one of the top stories.
It's uncomfortable.
But it was a topic on. It was a trending topic.
This isn't the O&A show. I have to go to break. We have commercials.
Trending topic.
All right, boys.
All right. Good
Justin,
to talk to you.
Good talking to you.
All right. Talk to you later, buddy.
Bye.
I thought this went well.
By the way, he's fucking hysterical.
He's great. You should have him on more. We've never had him on.
That would be a great unmasked him and his brother, huh?
Yeah, it would.
But now I feel like, I'll never hear from him again because the whole,
No, he likes you. That would be great. You guys would do well together.
Well, he's very. I love that kind of television. I love it. That's why, no matter how many people bitch about Saturday Night Live to me, that's how I would feel if Saturday Night Live got canceled. Like you were talking about the soap operas, that would be me tenfold. I just want to know that show exists over there.
You know when you said earlier you could go 20 years without thinking of Carlin and someone says you're a Carlin fan, and you said, yeah, absolutely. Would you say the same thing with SNL?
Yeah.
Exactly. If someone says, are you an SNL fan, I wouldn't even think twice. I
was,
yes.
You know,
because it brings me back to when I enjoyed the show.
Mm-hmm. When it comes to those people, if it comes to, there's certain, particularly New Yorkers, and I put Letterman there, I put Lorne Michaels, Paul Simon. I always want to know that those guys are doing their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, I feel terrible that Regis is leaving the morning show, because he's Regis.
Right. Yeah, but you know he's not going. That's a contract thing. He ain't going anywhere.
Why should they have a contract thing with a guy his age? Just give him his fucking money.
Give him whatever.
Give him whatever.
But he's not going away.
You think he's going to go up right against them?
Oh, sure.
I hope so. And I hope he destroys them.
I thought you liked them.
Yeah.
I like him now. I don't like Kelly Ripa after she pushed him out the door, and Gelman's right there, you know, throwing
don't like
dirt
Gelman?
on the body. I think they all conspired against Regis.
Huh.
It's Regis crying.
I think every one of them.
What about that other old guy that hangs out next to Gelman?
Oh, where they used to...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what his name is, but sometimes they make him dress up like a woman.
Well,
he probably wasn't in on it.
I forgot his name, but the best bit they ever did with him was trying to find him a woman.
Is that right?
Oh, my God. It could be the greatest TV ever. What's his name? He's bald. Help me out. They did a whole contest.
Yeah, I know exactly. It was a fucking hideous-looking guy.
And they actually... And the woman won the contest. She really wanted to date him. And do you remember this?
I don't remember that.
And then they flew her into New York, and then they had to uncomfortably talk about, well, you know, it just didn't work out.
You can't find it.
I'm looking for it. What the hell's his name?
Fezzi, I thought this would have been one that you would know,
Fezzi,
too.
help me
I
out.
should know it.
You know him.
He's like one of the four. Now, I don't know whether you know this about, because I don't know whether you stay in with Eric Logan. But Oprah's leaving, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're keeping that studio and that staff and putting Rosie in that. I think giant mistake. I don't think you take Rosie out of New York.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I don't think she's going to be happy there.
Because that's a New York thing.
It's a New York thing.
Yeah, why not just do it in New York?
Because they own that studio and they have all those people living there, and now they feel bad.
You want to bet probably within a year, Oprah comes back?
Oh, I like to go down on that. I like that bet.
You don't think she's coming back?
No.
To save OWN?
Oh, I think she'll do OWN, but she'll never be back on the Oprah show like she used to do. She has to do OWN, right? There's nothing else.
Yeah, but I think she brings the Oprah show back for OWN.
Yeah, there I see it. But I mean, she'll never get the kind of rating she has as the syndicated person, so she doesn't want that. But now she can act like, it's a little different. We got a name. Still looking. This is fucking crazy.
Are you kidding me?
What kind of world do we live in where we can't come up with this guy's name?
And it's just funny because we talk about on our show that Regis might be clueless about things that are very obvious in front of him. And in this case, it was pretty obvious that maybe, that wasn't his priority to find a woman. But Regis insisted and made a whole contest about it.
That's really so fucking funny.
And then they had to awkwardly get out of it because in the end, he wasn't interested. It was great TV. It was hilarious. In a sick way, obviously. Artie?
You got it? Artie.
I was gonna say Art. I called my mom to
I think I just hit Artie.
Artie what?
Something.
Is it Bell?
No, I don't know.
No,
They
not
just
our
call-
Bell.
That's the UFO guy.
Let me tell you this, Regis. There's a shadow government right now of aliens. They just call him Artie, maybe. I thought Artie was from the fucking Larry Sanders show.
I'm looking on my...
I thought it was Al.
I'm looking on
that
my...
doesn't sound right.
You're thinking Al Dukes.
Yeah.
Fez, we're good?
Yes.
Art
Moore, not Artie. Just Art.
I got to give Ro FMLI, ROE FMLI on Twitter the credit.
That's Ro from Long Island.
Yeah. He might be the killer, though.
She. Ro is a woman's name.
Oh, ROE?
Mm-hmm.
Ro.
Mm-hmm.
Ro. Aunt's mom's name
Exactly.
is Ro.
That might be her.
Think she could be on the list.
Anyway, Brother Joe, everybody's on right now, and don't anyone take it personal. Just act like you're getting on a plane.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go out and shake down everyone who lives in Long Island. Just going to go through your pockets. If I find a fucking finger in there, you're arrested. If I don't, you're fine.
Don't be surprised if it's Amy Fisher.
Well, you know what else is funny is like other bodies are floating up in Long Island have nothing to do with this.
Right.
There's just like it isn't like fucking serial killers. It's just like regular killings. The fucked up body's been out there by itself for years, and now you're starting on me.
Yeah. I don't know.
We got to go to break here.
No more questions for Fez?
No.
That was bad.
I'm done with your interrogation.
But still friends.
Yes, absolutely. Always.
Well, I can relate to Fez with the mom thing and stuff. That's all. I was trying to get into
Well, I didn't
some
know
areas.
that you guys related to each other like that.
My mom, OCD, and a little bit on the
well, why
crazy side. And
did you pick up on that, Fez?
No, I didn't get
but
that.
None of that?
See, here's what's happened. Since Fez's dad died, he decided his mom did everything great his whole life. So the whole I had a horrible childhood has now flipped into I had a great childhood and my mom was great.
But I asked him and he said mom. When I said who you look at as far as I'll stop.
His mom ran the show.
Yeah, my mom ran the show. That's why I could relate. That's why I was getting into it a little bit. My mom totally ran the show. My dad should have ran the show.
I think Opie's going to start crying now. Then Eric will call in, the brother. Hey, I heard Opie crying. And then all started into a whole mean thing that way. How come you're friends with Justin and not Eric? How did that fucking work out?
I don't know. Justin we just kind of hit it off. Eric's really cool too.
Yeah.
But Justin just seems to be the lead brother, I guess.
I see.
I think he talks for both of them. I think it's one of those situations.
I gotcha.
I think Justin would kill his own brother,
if he needed to.
Yeah,
But give him a lot of credit for not doing that in the womb like a lot of twins do.
It happens.
Yeah.
It sure does.
What is it? Doesn't it even have a name, Fez? Some kind of twin syndrome?
I think yeah.
Ardmore twin syndrome.
Twinicide.
Is that what it's called? Twinicide?
Twinicide.
I thought it was something like that.
What about Genocide, the great death metal band? No one ever brings them up anymore.
No.
Fucking Eddie Trunk didn't show them any love.
Yeah, he didn't make a list about them.
What happened there, Eddie? By the way, Eddie Trunk's book, #1 in 17 different countries right now.
Wow. Really?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how that even happens. I don't know how something becomes #1.
I would so believe that.
Yeah.
I just would. Because a lot of those bands still popular in
Denmark.
In strange places.
There's always Denmark.
I actually believe that one. Searching for a serial killer on CNN. Damn,
Yeah,
this is getting
time.
big. All right. Fez, I'm sorry. I'm going to go somewhere else now.
All right, buddy. It was good seeing you. It was fun. And Ant's back on Monday, right?
Ant's back on Monday from his 2-week cruise.
All right.
I just had nowhere to go, so I figured I'd do some radio.
I'm glad you came in.
But now I'm gonna get it back with these guys.
Oh.
Friday's off this summer. You're looking at the guy. He pulled it off.
You did the impossible.
I think I did.
All right, bro.
No, I don't know. I'll figure it out. Fezzy,
Break.
have a good weekend.
Right back.
Thank you.
All right.
The Ron and Fez Show on the Virus.
Jay, then I thought about you the other day. I went and did another run on Ron and Fez, and I made Fez cry. And then Ronnie blames me like that was my purpose. And Fezzy believed them.
Well, you come out here to make me cry. I made him cry last year by inviting him to fuck with.
Yeah, that's why I bring you up today. It reminded me of that because it was not my intentions. I was asking. I finally figured out that Fez likes Batman.
Yeah.
This was the dumb bit. So I'm like, Fez, what character would you be in Batman? And he felt the pressure. I don't know. Maybe he didn't know how to answer that. And he broke down.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well, you accomplished your goal. I'm like, I wasn't trying to make you cry.
Yeah, I made him cry. I made him cry once. We were having a discussion about something. I was calling in.
Right.
We had a discussion, and he started crying. I'm like, I didn't mean to. I felt bad.
My whole thought on the thing was that Ronnie came in and did our show. I did a little Ronnie on his show. So I'm thinking through this whole process when you were gone and we were mixing up all sorts of shit, I'm thinking, I think Fezzy might feel a little left out. Now I'm openly telling you what I was thinking in my head. Okay, I didn't say this to anyone until right now. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to relate to Fez a little bit and bring him into the group. And he saw that as me trying to make him fucking cry.
Oh.
But don't you wonder how much of that is a bit? Because on radio, like, everything's a bit in my mind.
I don't know.
It's not a bit.
No.
You guys.
And then fucking. And
shoot from the hip.
And then going back to the Ronnie B thing, Jay. So I go for the over-the-top apology when the mics were off. I didn't tell anyone this. I'm like, Fez, I swear to you, I didn't come in here to try to make you cry.
Sorry.
I go, can I do that to a person? Yeah, I know I can, but that wasn't my intentions whatsoever, and you got to believe me. I was like man to man, you know?
Yeah.
I was talking to Greg Hughes. He goes, okay. And then he goes, well, and then he felt uncomfortable. He's like, I got to go to the bathroom, right? Now I'm feeling good about myself because I'm like, okay, Fez believes I didn't do that on purpose. Door shuts. Ronnie goes, he don't believe you. He don't believe you. Like that motherfucker.
Ronnie.
Like not even missing a fucking beat. He don't believe